I'm at 2304 Murillo Court. I believe it's Murillo. Doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. The access point here is a floor clean out. Underneath, looks like maybe a little workshop, little workbench here in the front left corner of the basement if you're facing the house. And so we're going in through this clean out, and we're going to go both directions. First, we're going to go upstream, go back into the house, and it drops off right there, so sometimes it's a little bit of a mess so we get it to go up all that way, but I've been running some water, and so that should highlight any kind of low spots or anything, if there's any bellies. Should be PVC, both inside and out. It may turn into it may on the exterior. Go into the a green SDR35. And this looks like we have a form of drain or something right here. It's kind of strange. And so that's the back end of a trap. I'm sure that there's a floor drain, and so that's the floor drain is trapped, and there's a running trap there. So not a problem, just as far back as we're going to be able to go. And so based off the layout of the basement, I'm sure it's a floor drain where the HVAC is to catch the condensate and everything. And then what I'll do is, because there's not a whole lot of water running through here, you can see that there's a Y right there. And that probably comes over from another stack in the rear of the house. That's why their toilet paper's there, but not a problem. So I'll run a little bit of water in the bathroom here, and that was the thing. Most of the bathroom water is coming through from that first from this connection here. This is the basement bathroom, and then the one back where the other little bit of toilet paper was sitting, that would be where the stack comes down from the upstairs bathrooms. But everything looks really good. All the connections were nice and tight. There's no low spots or anything in the lines. Like I said, the house is vacant, so it's not surprising to find a little bit of toilet paper and stuff just kind of sitting in it, because the lines haven't been used very much. I am going to run that little bit of water now to rinse off the camera. But as you could tell when I said the SDR35, that is this green PVC. It is still PVC, but on the exterior, it's a slightly different rating system. The exterior is green. It's an SDR. It's a ratio. It's SDR35 usually, and the interior stuff is a Schedule 40 rating. So about the same thickness, but one for the interior, one for the exterior. So I'm going to run a little bit of water just to make sure I can rinse the camera off, and then we'll go from there.
Smell poo. Is it? Oh, my bad.
So there's the water coming through from that from the basement bathroom here, just to try to rinse the camera lens off, and so witness the flow as we go out towards the As we go outside towards the street, see some evidence of some glue bleeding through there. That's normal. That's when they installed the pipe. And I'm not sure whether the main is up on this side of the street or the opposite side of the street. We'll be able to tell usually by footage. And once we get out, we'll turn the water off. And so there should be an exterior clean out. You can see if you look in the top of the line that you can see that there's an opening there. It's probably been covered over though, most likely. They usually are, either with landscaping or with grass. If you look in the bottom left hand corner, you can see that there's an angle indicator there that tells you how much slope is on the line. We'll even back out. So you can tell they were dropping to get a little deeper. It's usually either at the sidewalk or as they're getting close to the main, they have to get fairly deep. So far the line looks really good. It's kind of hard to get for some reason to keep the camera lens clean. It's kind of might have a little bit of grease or something on it. That's why even the water doesn't keep it very clean for very long. It is clear enough to be able to see any structural damage or any cracks or breaks, but I have to try to rinse it off there periodically to make sure that we can see what's going on. And we've made it all the way to the main, 74 feet. So I believe that is across the street, being how 75 feet from the front of the house basically. We're going to try to hit this a few times to make sure that camera lens is rinsed off. And then we'll go ahead and pull back. Line looks really good. Looks good structurally, and it's open and flowing fully. And so as I pull back, I'll try to periodically rinse the camera lens off, and we'll also take a look at I'm going to actually turn the water off because feeling this, I believe that the water it may be labeled backwards or hooked up backwards. Usually the hot is on the left and the cold is on the right. I turned the right one on, and I believe that is set for hot on this downstairs bathroom. So we're going to flip that over to the cold and try to keep that steam off of the camera lens. It's okay. It was just turned. It's a mixing valve, so not independent, and so it is cold water on the right. It was just rotated. It was just mistaken. So I did flush the toilet also just to kind of watch the line move, and without that, hopefully that steam will dissipate. Don't really think we have anything much to look at, but we want to try to make this as clear as possible for you. So right there we're going to join this PVC. It's at least 10 feet sections, unless there's fittings to change direction. Line looks really good. tell you with all that water flowing that it's not even covering the lens, which is only about a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe. So it's pretty common for any kind of a belly to cover the lens, and so watching this flow as we're pulling back is a good indication that the line is open, flowing freely with no obstructions and no structural issues. There's that clean out there, about 27 feet. And I'll look around out there and see if it's visible. You shouldn't need access to it with the access down here right at the, right before it exits the house. But we'll look for it and see if there's any opening. If not, they buried it. Should be coming back up and clean out now. There we are. And there you go. We're back in the reel. So everything looked great. Didn't find anything to even report on. The line is open, flowing well, functioning as designed. No loose connections or no low spots or bellies, and everything looked great. So that'll end the inspection at 2304 Murillo Court in Fairborn, Ohio.